Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Five Star Joshi Awards here. I am, of course, Scott Edwards. You're seeing this on the YouTube channel exclusively, youtube.com/at Scott E Wrestling. I'm very excited to have you join me here today. We've had such a great output in terms of votes this year for the awards. This is the third year running. It's been really an honor to continue to do these awards. We've continuously changed them each year to figure out what was the perfect way. And every single year, I think the most incredible part to me is more and more people continue to vote. This year, we had the most ever in terms of our 3-year history with the Five Star Joshi Awards. Of course, this goes with my podcast, the Five Star Joshi Show, which you can find on the Fight Game Media Network at any time. You can also go to the Fight Game Media Network uh, channel and see my live reviews of Stardom Dream Queendom 2024, as well as Marigold First Dream 2025. If you want to see the current episodes there, they're also available on all podcast platforms. But we are talking about the awards today. We're celebrating 2024. I thank everyone who took their time to vote this year. Like I said, the most ever. We have such an incredible amount of responses, and really it shows how much people just love Joshi wrestling, and that's really what these awards are for. Thank you, like, one more time for taking the time to vote and really putting thought into this. As I go through the awards this year, you can see the thought that a lot of people have put in, and I think it's reasonable for the year that we've had here in 2024, right? It was a year of new beginnings, a year of ups and downs, and a year of greatness. And that's ultimately what we are celebrating here today. So, with that being said, may I welcome you to the official awards ceremony for the Joshi Awards. I'm so happy to present these to the people. We are going to go through each nominee for the award before, of course, revealing the winner and the percentage of the votes that they had received, which some of these might shock you, some of these might not. We've had some tight races, some not so tight races, but I believe every single wrestler, every single promotion, every single show, every single nominee was deserving, and I'm really excited to show everyone the awards this year. This award show is a new thing, so if you're looking for previous years, we've revealed them on Five Star Joshi Show podcast. This is a little bit different. We are doing an award show. Part of me going kind of all in on the YouTube experience here. So this is just the beginning. I'll share with you later what's next on this YouTube channel, but I once again want to thank everyone for listening, and let's get to it. So the first award up to be announced here was the Rookie of the Year award. Your nominees were as followed. You had Sayaka Karara from Stardom, Rana Yagami from Stardom, Ryan from Stardom, Victoria Yuzuki from Marigold, Kamomo Minami from Marigold, Uta Takami from TJPW, Karari Wakana from Ice Ribbon, and Maria Kuga from Seedling. And the winner, with 53.8% of the votes, so the overwhelming majority, was none other than Marigold's Victoria Yuzuki. This won't come as much of a shock, I'm sure, to many. Victoria Yuzuki came onto the scene at the end of 2023, debuting in Stardom against Momo Watanabe. And what she went on to do in 2024 was continuously improve, continuously shine, and showcase what seems to be some future greatness for Yuzuki. Of course, she made the decision to head to Marigold when Rossi Ogawa left Stardom and created the promotion, a risk that she saw worth willing to take, and it has paid off. She was put into some major positions, including the first match in the promotion's history against Nanai Takahashi at Marigold Fields Forever, and she has since only continued to grow. She kicked off 2025, of course, winning the Superfly Championship from Natsumi Shosuke at Marigold First Stream 13 months into her career. So we'd like to congratulate Victoria Yazuki on winning the 2024 Rookie of the Year award. Next up, we had the Breakout Star Award. We had a lot of options for this one. I didn't want to take away from what I thought was just an incredible year throughout the scene in Joshi. Honestly, I think every single name on this list could have won, and the votes prove it. We had so many responses, and it came down to a singular vote to determine our winner. A singular vote. We had, and this will be one of those where I will share the placements. I meant to share it on the Rookie of the Year. I will share the placements as well, who came in second, who came in third. But the Breakout Star of the Year nominees were Chi-Chi, Evolution, Hanan, Stardom, Saida, Stardom, Xena, Stardom, Rina, Stardom, Eureka Oka, Sendai Girls, Miku Ano, Marigold, Bozilla, Marigold, Mai Sakurai, Marigold, and Koki Amare, Marigold. So finishing in third place was Miku Ano with 14.5% of the vote. Finishing in second place was Bozilla of Marigold at 18.0% of the vote. And finishing in first place, and your winner for 2024 Breakout Star of the Year was none other than the 2024 Cinderella Tournament winner, Stardom's Hanan. This one, I truly did not know which direction this was going to go. But to me, I just thought going into this, Hanan made so much sense to get this award. She got the opportunity with the Cinderella tournament and stepped up to Suri Ano at the All-Star Grand Kingdom event and had what I'd argue was one of the best Wonder of Stardom matches of the year, if not the best. She would then go on to continue her work, having a strong finish in the 5-star Grand Prix, where she would be one of the wrestlers to qualify for the extended bracket. She would also end the year winning the Goddesses of Stardom Tag League alongside Saida, of course, Wing Gory, and they would end the year to perfection, winning the Goddesses of Stardom Championships, which was an incredible moment for both Hanan and Saida. So we congratulate Hanan on just beating out the rest of the field and winning the 2024 Breakout Star Award. Next up, we had International Wrestler of the Year. Your nominees were Bozilla of Marigold, Myla Grace of Marigold, Xena of Stardom, Lena Cross of Sendai Girls, and Zara Zakir from TJPW. This one had an overwhelming favorite. The third place finish saw Lena Cross come in with 6.4% of the vote. She had a very impressive year in Sendai Girls. If you haven't seen her work, go out of your way to do so. We also had Xena coming in with 19.7% of the vote, meaning that, yes, your winner is with 67.1% of the vote. Bozilla, the International Wrestler of the Year for Joshi. Not a surprise, obviously, tons of mystery followed Bozilla when it was announced she would be debuting in the Marigold Fields Forever main event, teaming with Sari against Julia and Utami Hayashishita. In that match, she put her name on the map with an incredible performance and has since continued to only grow as a competitor. She, of course, recently won the Twin Star tag team titles alongside Tank, but she also had an incredible Marigold World Championship match against Sari in a match that Sari was incredibly fond of course. She has also was in the finals of the United National Title Tournament against Miku Aono. So an incredible year for Bozilla, the International Wrestler of the Year for 2024 in Joshi. Joshi Indies MVP, a stacked class here. We had Chihiro Hashimoto of Sendai Girls, Veni, who is a freelancer, Arisa Nakajima from Seedling, who of course retired in August, Sari, a freelancer, Dash Chisako of Sendai Girls, and Mio Momono of Marvelous. This was not a this was not a close one. I will say that to everyone. And there is a theme here. If you watch this full video, you will learn the theme of these voting in terms of who was a heavy favorite in many categories. But your third place was Veni with 4.3% of the vote for Joshi's MVP. Second place was Chihiro Hashimoto at 7.7%. And your winner, and it shouldn't come as a shock, was of course Sari. Sari winning the Joshi Indies MVP at 81.2%. In terms of what Sari accomplished beyond her accomplishments in Marigold, saw her compete in multiple promotions, including leading Seedling as the Beyond the Sea champion for an entire year, competing on occasion in Sendai Girls, Oz Academy, competing in Marvelous, Evolution, and multiple independent events, including the T Hearts 39th anniversary for Mika Hoda, Jaguar Yakota's show, and of course her Sariism shows, which honestly are probably alone the reason she walks away with the award here today. Those shows would be arguably the best of any company when you look at a 3-show period. Put them against any other company's top 3 shows. It's tough to beat. So Sari wins her first award here today, winning 2024 Joshi Indies MVP. Spoiler alert for the rest of the show, it will not be her last. Next up, we had the TJPW MVP. Your nominees were as followed. You had Miyu Watanabe, Daisy Monkey, Miyu Yamashita, Yuki Arai, and Shoko Nakajima. Third place saw Miyu Yamashita get 10.2% of the vote. Second place saw Daisy Monkey finish with 20.8% of the vote. But your overwhelming favorite and winner of the 2024 TJPW MVP award was none other than, of course, Miyu Watanabe. Can't come as much of a shock there after her sensational year that saw her win the Princess of Princess Championship. It was a title reign that lasted 279 days. She won it from Miyu Yamashita at Grand Princess 2024 in one of the best matches of the year. She then proceeded to defend it against Shoko Nakajima, Vert Vixen, Rika Tatsumi, Ryo Mizunami, and Zara Zakir before ultimately losing it at Tokyo Joshi Pro's Etienne show on January the 4th against Mizuki to kick off 2025. Miyu Watanabe 100% deserving of the TJPW MVP. We then had the Marigold MVP. Here, your nominees were as followed. You had Mirai, Sari, Utami Hayashishita, Nanai Takahashi, and Miku Aono. So, funny enough, we had a tie for second place between Nanai Takahashi and Mirai, both sitting at 6.8%. Utami was right behind at 6.4%, and Miku Aono was at 5.6%, which of course tells you that Sari at 74.4% of the vote wins Marigold MVP. can't be much of a shock. She, of course, main evented the first ever show, teaming with Bozilla against Julia and Utami Hayashishita at Marigold Fields Forever. She'd win the main event of Marigold Summer Destiny 2024 to become the inaugural Marigold World Champion. She'd go on to have an incredible Dream Star Grand Prix run that saw her come up just short by losing to Bozilla on the final night. She then, of course, avenged her loss. She went one-on-one with Bozilla in one of the best Marigold matches to date before following that up with, I think, what many would argue, the best Marigold match to date, which, of course, was the title defense against Nanai Takahashi at Shinjuku Face to close out the year. She also won Marigold MVP via the promotion itself, so it should not come as much of a shock that she leaves as the MVP winner for the brand new promotion. Then we had Stardom MVP. I was very fascinated to see who would walk out with this award because I do believe that while I had a pretty confident bet in who should win, it was an interesting year for Stardom. Obviously, a lot of wrestlers had to step up, and I think every single name on here makes sense. But here are your names as followed. For Stardom MVP, your nominees were Mayu Iwatani, Hazuki, Wingori, Micah, Tam Nakano, and Momo Watanabe. In third place was none other than Hazuki at 9.4% of the vote. Second place saw your former World of Stardom champion Micah leave with 24.9% of the vote, which means your MVP, the IWGP Women's Champion for an entire year, the, of course, woman who got the biopic after herself, Mayu Iwatani, is your winner for Stardom MVP. It should go without saying what Mayu has been to this company this year. She stepped up in every which way and made the IWGP Women's Championship mean something. She, of course, kicked her year off with one of the best matches of the entire year when she defeated Shuri to successfully defend her title for the third time. She would then go to the New Beginning in Sapporo to defend the belt against Amina Shirakawa. At All-Star Grand Queendom, she'd again have one of the best matches of the year, defeating Sari in an incredible back-and-forth affair. She would head to Ice Ribbon to defend the championship against Tsukasa Fujimoto, and while that match unfortunately had to end due to injury, Mayu Iwatani got another successful defense. She then defended against AEW's Toni Storm at Nagoya Golden Fight before ending her year of defenses at Historic Crossover in another match of the year contender, defeating Momo Watanabe in the best match of that show. Of course, she kicked off this year with a superb 8-minute, 46-second match at Wrestle Kingdom 19, but it goes without saying that Mayu Iwatani, the icon of Stardom, was 100% the 2024 MVP for the promotion. And then we had Promotion of the Year, a fascinating vote, I thought, going in. We had 6 nominees. They were as follows. You had Stardom, Sendai Girls, TJPW, Marigold, Seedling, and Oz Academy. In third place finish was Marigold, the new promotion, which of course kicked off in May, finished with 24.4% of the vote. In second place, which may come as a shock to many, was Stardom at 30.3%, which means your winner in the 2024 promotion of the year was Sendai Girls at 34.6%. The movement to add them to Wrestling Universe changed the way they would be viewed. No longer did you have to hope that their matches would be put up on YouTube before the end of the year. Instead, so many of their shows were presented live on Wrestle Universe, and you saw multiple big time title matches, tag matches, anything in between. each and every Sendai Girls show was well worth your time. Of course, the year ended with Mako Satomura returning to the promotion after her run in WWE, winning the winning the Sendai Girls World Championship, and is now in the midst of her retirement road. You, of course, then had Team 200 kilograms crushing it. You had one of the best stories of the year, Bobo Mobo Momo Banana, having such a sensational year. You had Venny crushing it. You just had so many great things happening in Sendai Girls. So I think it's a very deserving year that's for Sendai Girls, and I'm happy to see them run away with 2024 promotion of the year in Joshi. Now we get to the biggest ones, I think, the big four, as I like to call. Tag Team of the Year, your nominees were as follows. You had Wingori, Hana, and Saida, Bubble Bubble, Momo Banana, Mio Momono, and Yurika Oka. Team 200 kilograms, Chihiro Hashimoto and Yu. FWC, Hazuki and Koguma. Mirai Saku, Mirai and Mai Sakurai. Daisy Monkey, Suzume and Arisu Endo. And Ryo Mizunami and Manami. This was an exciting one. I thought this would be a tight one down to the very end, and it sure was. We had a tie for second place here, so two teams finishing with 21.4% of the vote. Those two teams were as followed. You had FWC finishing after a year that saw them win the Goddesses of Stardom championships for a third time in one of the best matches in the history of Stardom when it comes to tag team wrestling. And the other team with 21.4% of the vote was Bobu Bobu Momo Banana, Mio Momono, and Yurika Oka after a sensational year in Sendai Girls. In Marvelous, they ended the year as double champions, holding the Sendai Girls tag team titles as well as the Marvelous AAAW tag team titles, which brings us to your winner with 27.8% of the vote. The 2024 Tag Team of the Year is none other than the reigning, defending Goddesses of Stardom champions, Wing Gory. What a year it was for Hanan and Saida. I thought they were the most consistent acts in all of Stardom. A fantastic year that was led by their new blood tag team title defenses, featuring one of the best, most memorable matches for me of the year at Korakuen Hall when they defended against Mai Sakurai and Chan Yoda. They'd go on to, of course, like I said earlier, talking about Hanan, win the Goddesses of Stardom Tag League and end the year winning the Goddesses of Stardom Tag Team titles. An incredible year for Wingori in one of the most competitive categories we've had. I think there was a legitimate shot for any of those teams to walk out with the win, and Wingori leaves supreme, winning the 2024 Tag Team of the Year award. And then we had Show of the Year. Show of the Year was a fascinating one, and your nominees were TJPW Grand Princess 2024, Marigold Fields Forever, their debut show, Marigold Summer Destiny 2024, Sareism Chapter 6, which of course featured Mayu Utani. Oh, sorry, this is supposed to be Chapter 5. My apologies. I messed up on the sheet, but this was Sareism Chapter. Nope, that's wrong again. It's Sareism Chapter 4. I can't read Roman decimals. That featured the main event where Sari teamed with Natsupoi to face Takumi Aroha, as well as a best friends tag versus Miyamoto Riko Kawahara. Then you had the Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix, Day 11 quarterfinals at Shinjuku Face, one of the most sensational shows of the year, 100%. And you had Stardom Dream Queendom 2024 getting in there at the end of the year. So here are your award winners, or your results, I should say, for Show of the Year. In third place at 18.4% of the vote was Sareism Chapter 4. Chapter 4 coming in there. Then you had in second place Stardom Dream Queendom 2024 with 21.4% of the vote, meaning your winner with a third of the vote was none other than Marigold Summer Destiny 2024 from Ryogoku Sumo Hall. That, of course, saw the return of none other than Io Sky, better known as Io Shirai to Japanese wrestling fans, to Joshi fans. Io Shirai returning to face Utami Hayashishita. You also saw Sari win the Marigold World Championship against Julia in the main event. You saw Miku Ano become the first United National Champion. Natsumi Shizuki become the first Superfly champion. You saw Shinobu Kandori compete and many, many other things on that show. So Marigold taking home show of the year for 2024 was Summer Destiny. Shouts out to them. 2024 show of the year. And then we had match of the year. This was the most exciting award to me on the entire ballot because my goodness, was it an incredible year to be a Joshi fan. But who would walk out your winner for match of the year? The nominees were as follows in chronological order. You had Mayu Iwatani versus Shuri to kick off the year for the IWGP Women's Championship. You had Sari versus Chihiro Hashimoto, the main event of Sariism Chapter 3. You had Miyu Yamashita versus Miyu Watanabe at TJPW Grand Princess 2024. You had Mayu Utani versus Sari at Stardom All-Star Grand Queendom. Crazy Star, Suzuki Meisera defending the Goddesses of Stardom Championships against FWC Hazuki in Kogama in Fukuoka. Yodutami Hayashishita versus Io Sky in Marigold Summer Destiny. You had the retirement match of Arisa Nakajima when she teamed up with Tsukasa Fujimoto against Haruo Matsumoto and Hanako Nakamura at Seedling's anniversary event. Then you had Sari and Mayu Utani versus Chihiro Hashimoto and Veni from Sariism Chapter 5. You had Mayu Utani versus Momo Watanabe from New Japan and Stardom Presents Historic Crossover 2. And to close out the year, a buzzer beater per se, you had Natsupoi versus Starlight Kid from Stardom Dream Queendom 2024. So, with that being said, how did it all break down? In third place was, with 14.5% of the vote, Utami Hayashishita versus Io Sky from Marigold Summer Destiny. In second place, you had, with 17.1% of the vote, Mayu Iwatani versus Sari from Stardom All-Star Grand Queendom 2024, which brings us to our match of the year. 38.9% of the vote, and that was the Super Tag Sari and Mayu Iwatani versus Chihiro Hashimoto and Veni from Sariism Chapter 5, the special Dream Tag match main event. Absolutely sensational. It was my match of the year, and for many as well, 38.9% to be exact, it was the match of the year as well. So that is our winner for 2024 match of the year in Joshi Wrestling. And then, of course, we had Wrestler of the Year. Your nominees were Mayu Utani of Stardom, Sari, Chihiro Hashimoto of Sendai Girls, Hazuki of Stardom, and Miyu Watanabe of TJPW. I won't hold you guys. This was not a close vote. With 4.7% of the vote, finishing in third place, was Hazuki. With 14.1% of the vote, finishing in second place, was Mayu Utani, which of course then leads you to the obvious. With 76.5% of the vote, your wrestler of the year for 2024 in the world of Joshi was none other than Sari. Yes, I know you are stunned, bamboozled, shocked that Sari walks away with a lopsided win in our final Award of the Year for 2024. An incredible year for her that saw her win the Marigold World Championship, reign from beginning to end with the Seedling Beyond the Sea Championship, hold her own Sareism events that, as I said, included the match of the year. Just a sensational year for the best wrestler in the world, the sun god Sari. An incredible, incredible year. Well deserved, 100%. So happy to see her get the win. She came in second last year. She comes back and wins it this year in lopsided fashion. So that's it for the 2024 Five-Star Joshi Awards. I thank you all for voting. I thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. It's meant a lot to get the feedback that I have. Um, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoy content like this because we are not done. Sometime later this week, likely on Wednesday or Thursday, we I will be delivering my Joshi predictions for 2025. I'll read the predictions I did last year on the Five-Star Joshi show. We'll see how I did. And then I will give my new predictions for the new year for Stardom, Marigold, TJPW, and the scene as a whole. So I'm greatly looking forward to that. Check it out later this week. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. Comment. Do you agree with the awards? Do you like the winners? Who'd you vote for? And all that. And also leave a comment. What other content would you like to see moving forward here on the channel? I'm going to be putting my Five-Star Joshi shows right here on the channel as well in video form. So something to look out for later this week that will kick off. But I'm always open for ideas. So if there's more that you want to see from this channel, you let me know. But with that being said, I want to thank everyone for contributing, for voting on this year's awards. It was an incredibly successful year, an incredible year for Joshi. And I'm so excited to see where 2025 goes for Joshi, the scene, all these wonderful wrestlers. It's off to a hell of a start. So, with that being said, I bid you adieu. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And until next time, so long, everybody.